everyone, this is Tanas here, and today we'll be talking about the effect of money as an extrinsic motivator on the academic success of adults with a refugee background. Now, we need to know that motivation and success go hand in hand, and hence it is really important to have motivation when stepping towards achieving a particular goal. Now, there are two types of motivation: intrinsic and extrinsic. If your motivation has an external source, this is referred to as extrinsic motivation. For example, this is for when you're paid to do something. But on the other hand, if your motivation has an internal source, for example, if you're a determined person, this is referred to as intrinsic motivation. Now, researchers have been investigating the effect of extrinsic and intrinsic motivation in different scenarios of human life. But today we'll be focusing on extrinsic motivation. Now, first of all, researchers have investigated the impact of parental support as an extrinsic motivator for kids learning English at a particular school in China. Now, what this study did was that they collected 572 students from 4th, 6th, and 8th grades, and also their parents, and they conducted multiple interviews, and they also analyzed the Cambridge test scores. And at the end, they found that the parentally provided extrinsic motivation is greatly associated with high Cambridge test scores from 6th grade to 6th grade and onwards. Another study conducted by Albarracin and others in 2019 investigated the factors affecting the second language acquisition of 260 Mexican immigrants in remote locations. And they actually found that there were two factors that were obviously encouraging these people to learn English. So the first one was the close bonds that they actually formed within their group that they were learning English in. And the second one was obviously extrinsic motivators. For example, the fact that they wanted to find better jobs in the future, the fact that they wanted to communicate with other people in that society, and also that they wanted to be successful as well. Finally, another research done by Alambri and others in 2021 with 348 medical students aimed to determine if extrinsic or intrinsic motivation encourages these students to engage in research. And they actually found that those students with extrinsic motivation were actually more likely to engage in research than the others with intrinsic motivation. Now, there's something else I want to show you, which is right here. This is called the trans-contextual model. And what it says is that the motivation formed for classroom activities can actually lead to the motivation for similar activities, but outside of school. So for example, if I like oral presentations, if I have the motivation to do oral presentations in school, then I'm likely to engage in or have the similar motivation to engage in similar activities outside school as well. So this brings us to the literature gap that we have, that no studies have actually investigated the impact of money as an extrinsic motivator on the academic success of adults with a refugee background. Now, this is really important because people all around the world leave their homes and relocate to other countries as refugees to seek international help. Now, these first countries provide the correct settlement programs. However, providing the correct extrinsic motivation to complete those settlement programs is also really important as well. Hence, future studies will need to aim to examine the effect of money as an extrinsic motivator on the academic success of adults with a refugee background. And also, they'll need to hypothesize that money will act as an extrinsic motivator, resulting in higher academic success, as indicated by higher knowledge test results after 3 days of training among these adults with a refugee background. Thank you for your time.